Happy Friday, Brian Manning here with the weekly update. Let's get right to it. So, everything is quiet this week leading up to today. That's because we have a government shutdown. And historically, most of the data points that we're going to get to talk about here on our market update is going to be data we're going to get from the government with information coming out on the economy on a monthly basis. So, the only thing we got right now this week is today, Friday, we had to get the CPI report. This is the Consumer Price Index. This is for the month of September. And the only reason why we got this today is because this is needed to factor the cost of living increases for Social Security. So they had to come back, bring back some people into the BLS and get this report out for today. Other than that, we probably will not get much for reporting purposes until the government gets back in business. So let's talk about CPI. This is for the month of September. This is a gauge of inflation. It's not the Federal Reserve's favorite gauge of inflation. The Federal Reserve's favorite gauge of inflation is PCE. That's the personal consumption expenditure. Well, this is the one that we got. It came back a little bit lower than expected, which is great to see. So for the month of September, we had the headline numbers. This is all in inflation. This was up 0.3% on a month-over-month basis, and this move on annually year-over-year basis from 2.9% to 3%. And it was actually anticipated that this number would go up to 3.1%. So it was better than expected. Then we look at the core rate. The core rate takes out volatile items such as food and energy. Core rate on a year-over-year basis moved from 3% to 3.1%. On a month-over-month basis, it was up 0.2%. What's helping us here is something we've talked about a lot in the past, and that's owner's equivalent of rent. So owner's equivalent of rent is when someone gets a phone call from the US government and they say, how much would you rent your home for unfurnished with no utilities? All right, well, I've been a mortgage lender for 27 years. I've been deeply involved in the housing community for 27 years, and I have no freaking idea how much my home would rent for, minus furnishing, utilities, et cetera. So I don't know how that has such an impact on inflation. And what's crazy is owner's equivalent of rent actually impacts 33% of the CPI report that we're talking about. It's insane to me that it's such a high percentage. So finally, we saw this OER number come down a little bit really within reason, and this was up a 0.14%. So call it 0.1% on a month-over-month basis, and that's definitely what helped us with this number here. I just don't understand why it's so impactful. It's government reporting. It is what it is. That's all we got for this week. Other than that, Fall Fiesta coming up. November 14th, super excited to see everyone. Second Thursday in November. We're excited to have some incredible live music, open bar, all you can eat. We're raising money for Community Food Share. They are a Boulder County, Broomfield County food-focused nonprofit. There's a tremendous amount of people with a food insecurity in Boulder and Broomfield County. And Boulder County is one of the wealthiest counties in the country. So come on out. Let's party, let's have some fun, but let's raise some money for Community Food Share. It's a great cause for us to donate money into. If you have any questions, give me a call. I'm around. We're available 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Reach out to us anytime. Happy Friday. Have a great day.